What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique of the Fight Guys. I also write for Forbes.com and Heavy.com. We're going over UFC Fight Night 172, and we are into the main card, and we are looking at Song Yadong against Marlon Vera. We are powered by Fight TV and presented by Bet Online. Song Yadong is, according to Bet Online, the -170 favorite. Marlon Chito Vera is the +145 underdog. This is a really good fight. This is a number 14th ranked 22-year-old from China who has just looked dynamic in several fights. His one punch knockout victory, if you haven't got an opportunity to see it, I urge you to take a look at it because it's pretty spectacular. One punch knockout victory over Alejandro Perez back in July 2019 was amazing. He fought to a majority draw, though, in December in his last fight against Cody Stamann. Cody's a very good fighter as well. So it's certainly not any sort of mark against him for having a draw in that fight. But a lot of people thought, and I'm one of them, thought that Cody probably should have got the decision, but he didn't. So it is what it is. Marlon Chito Vera is red hot, and I don't think he's getting quite enough credit for how on fire he is right now. I mean, you got to remember, he's only 27 years old, too, because a lot of people are talking about the youth of Song Yadong at 22. But Chito's only 27, and he's on a 5-fight win streak. I mean, that is really to be taken note of. I mean, his last fight back in October, he defeated Andre Ewell, who is a really solid fighter. He knocked him out in the third round with an elbow and punches. The fight before that, he submitted Nohelin Hernandez in the second round. Before that, he knocked out Frankie Saenz in the first round. Then he submitted Guido Canetti in the fight before that. And then in that fight that started the actual win streak against Luigi Burin, he knocked him out with a punch to the body. So 5 straight victories, 5 straight stoppages. He's red hot. So people have to take some sort of notice or take notice to what's been going on with Chito Vera. So let's look at the striking. Song Yadong's fast, man. I mean, he is super fast, quick as a hiccup. I mean, he gets in and out and he throws with some serious power, right? Doesn't take a lot of big shots. He really does. He gets in and out of there and just firing, right? Very good striker, but so is Chito. Chito doesn't do it with that snapping, quick twitch athleticism like Song Yadong does it. He does it with long arms. His arms are definitely longer. You can see it just looking at them. If you picture Song Yadong in the ring in the octagon, and you picture Marlon Vera there, when you've seen them, you can tell just looking at these guys, his arms are longer. They're saying that they listen to them at the same height. I don't think that's the case. We'll see in the octagon and then on the face-offs if they are truly the same height. But Vera definitely seems to fight with more length. He's a very good counterpuncher. He'll go to the body. He'll go to the head, jabs, straights, also incorporating some kicks and some knees. Both guys are really good strikers in my opinion, and I can't really legitimately tell you that I give one an edge over the other in striking. I think it's very close. So then we go to submissions and grappling. Now, Song Yadong has not shown yet that that's a major part of his game. He does have 3 submission victories in his career. The last one he got was over Bharat Kandar, and that was back in November of 2017. That was a guillotine choke, but not really his thing. He really likes to stand and strike, and I believe that Cody Stamann was the reason that Cody was able to give him some problems is because Cody is such a good wrestler, and he was able to get the fight into that area. So I know for a fact that Marlon Vera is solid on the ground, and I would actually give him a little bit of an edge over Song Yadong on the ground. And I think that he might ultimately have to take the fight there. The thing about Song, he can crack. So you may not have an opportunity to have him tag you and then realize you have to take it to the ground. But the one thing you do have to also remember about Chito is 15-5-1, but he has never ever been stopped in any fight as a professional mixed martial artist. All 5 of his losses are decision losses, so he's never been stopped. So I'm not sure that Song Yadong will have that crack and that power to get him out of there, be able to do something that nobody else has done. So this fight could end up on the ground, and if it does, I would give Marlon Vera the edge in that area. Now, if you talk about intangibles, both fighters come in, they haven't seen an L in a while. Now, while Song Yadong did have to settle for a draw in his last fight, the last time he lost was October of 2016. Before the draw with Cody Stamann, he had won 7 fights in a row. So then you got Vera winning 5 fights in a row. Both of these guys are coming in really confident. They both coming in thinking that they have to be thinking that they're gonna win this fight. Only one can, unless of course we get another draw. So I don't know if anybody has a real intangible edge here. What I will say, if there is an advantage here, I would say that there is just a certain amount of guile. Even though they've had about the same amount of professional fights, there's a certain amount of guile that Marlon Vera has that makes it appear as though he's even more of a veteran than he actually is. And I feel like a little bit of an edge is there from a fight IQ standpoint. I don't know why or what you would attribute that to, but it just feels that way as you watch them fight. Song Yadong can leap in and be a little bit over aggressive, I think, at times. And I think Cheeto might be the kind of guy who can take advantage of that and make him pay for some shots. So I think this fight is really close, and I think it could really truly go either way. But I am leaning towards the underdog here with Marlon Vera. I've picked the underdog a few times this time. Last week's underdog picks kind of went okay. I had the underdog in the main event and the co-main event. That turned out to be on point. But overall, we had a little bit of a shaky card. But I am going with the underdog here. I think Marlon Vera defeats Song Yadong, and I would not be shocked if it was a submission. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this as a unanimous decision. I think it could end otherwise, but I'm going to take a unanimous decision. Marlon Vera wins this fight. I think he gets a timely takedown somewhere in that second and third rounds that kind of seal up a fight that was tight on the feet. But I also think it's possible he could catch him. He could just flat catch Song Yadong, time him right, and catch him with something really strong that tests his chin. We don't see his chin tested a lot because he's been so dominant since he's been in the UFC. But we'll find out. I think we're going to find out on Saturday. But either way, I got Marlon Vera winning this fight. I would love to hear what you guys have. If you have not got a chance yet to like this video, make sure you do that. Also, even more important, subscribe to the channel and click that notifications bell if you want to see the rest of the fights that have been previewed on this particular card. The label up there in the upper right corner, you can click that and you can see it. As always, I appreciate you watching. God bless and peace.